Welcome to Emboldened Movement. My name is Chelsea, and I will be taking you on this meditation journey today. To begin, let's just get into a comfortable position, whether that's seated or laying on your mat. Take a few moments to allow yourself to get comfortable, adjusting as you need, attempting just to get maybe 5% more comfortable today. And as you allow yourself to start to settle in, just start to notice movement in the body. Notice the natural rhythms inside of you. Maybe you are paying attention to the inhales and the exhales and the movement that creates. Or maybe you just start to feel the flow of blood, the flow of circulation as it moves throughout the body. Maybe you start to notice the beating of your heart and the resonance that creates. Maybe you're able to start to tune in to your nervous system and how the electrical impulses are sending signals to your brains, the rest of your body. Maybe you notice a gurgle in the tummy and how that is telling you something as well. Continue to be aware of the going-ons in the body. Continue noticing and observing without judgment. Continue tuning in just the physiological responses that are happening, the processes of the body. Allow yourself to make any final adjustments that you need to make to feel just a little more comfortable in this position. And then wherever you are, just start to lengthen. Maybe it's the spine, maybe it's relaxing the shoulders, maybe it's lengthening through the legs a little bit more. Maybe it's pressing the lower back to the mat. Or just noticing the tilt of the pelvis in your seated position. Notice how any micro adjustment you make, any small movement, impacts what you're feeling physiologically in the body. Those movements, the breath. Again, lacking judgment. Here in this moment, you are just an observer. Wherever you are, I invite you to place one hand over heart and one hand on your abdomen. Notice where the hands connect to the body. Notice what that tells you, what that says to you. Does it feel supportive? Does it feel easeful? Does it feel suffocating? Or something completely different? Just notice what things are arising for you as your hand is over your heart and over your abdomen. If it's too dysregulating, feel free to bring your hands to the sides of the body or on the thighs, whatever feels good for you. But I really invite you to stay in this position of noticing, of observing in this moment what is coming up for you in these spaces, in these practices. So wherever you are today, just continue that practice of noticing and putting aside. Maybe you've noticed the feeling of support as you put your hand over the heart. And just notice, and then just put to the side that experience, that belief, that inner knowing. If you felt suffocated, maybe you note that and put that to the side as well. All of these things, all of these thoughts and beliefs have place, but in meditation, the practice is to acknowledge and put aside in the effort to be more present in this moment, in this physical experience. So just allow yourself this time to practice. Practice understanding and knowing what's coming up, but not dwelling. Putting it aside. It'll be in a pile in a list for you when you are done meditating today. You can pick them all back up or leave them behind. So as you continue to maybe have hand over abdomen, hand over heart, or maybe just those thoughts and beliefs coming up for you, just practice that acknowledging, seeing, knowing, and putting aside. Acknowledging, seeing, and knowing, and putting it aside. And if ever this practice becomes too much, or maybe you run out of thoughts, beliefs, start to cue into those sensations, those feelings, the movements in the body. Maybe it's your pulse, your heartbeat, as it travels around the veins and arteries. Maybe it's the vibrations of electricity going through the nervous system, or the movement of the breath. Know you can come back to these anchors at any time, if that is what you need. Stay in this place. Stay in this attitude for a few more breaths, for a few more moments. start to shift your intention, your attention to water. The idea of water, maybe the sounds of water. Water is such a powerful element for change, for evolution, for refinement. Think about when glass is tossed into the sea and how the water churns it, spits it back out, sea glass, without sharp edge, but as a beautiful jewel. Water is refining, it's refreshing, can be purifying, healing. And so maybe you start to meditate on what water is to you, what water might bring into your life today. Maybe it brings up images of power and strength. Maybe it's more of a slow, refined trickle, making its way through grass, making its way through sand, maybe making its way to the roots of a flower. Maybe you bring up memories of being in water. Perhaps you're swimming, or maybe you're just dipping your toe. Let yourself start to feel what that water felt like to you, on your body, on your skin. Maybe it was cold or warm. Maybe it was refreshing or refining. Maybe it had an interesting scent. Whatever that memory is, whatever you are feeling in your body and your memory, just allow yourself to be in that moment again. Just noticing what it felt like to be with water, what it feels like now. Noticing how maybe it flowed, or maybe it was still. Maybe it moved on different parts of the body before receding. Stay a few more moments in this memory of sensation, of feeling, of knowing, of thinking. Start to think of the water, perhaps as a teacher. What has the element of water, your experience with water, taught you about life, about living, about something else, maybe something about yourself? And just allow yourself a few more moments here, engaging with that teacher, thinking about what the water has taught you. And perhaps you reflect on whatever that lesson was, whatever was taught to you. And just take a few moments just to pause and think. Is that serving you still? Is that lesson still relevant? The belief that was given to you? And maybe it is, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's kept you in the same place that you are right now. And if you are in kind of a stuck place, as we start to move towards the end of this meditation, I encourage you to imagine yourself being washed over with the water, kind of like a wave coming up on the shore. And as that wave recedes, take whatever that lesson or that thing that is not serving you right now in this stage of your life, let the water recede and take it back with it. Bringing it back into the ocean, into the lake. Saving it for whoever needs it next. So as you continue to meditate on the water and what it has taught you, if that lesson no longer serves you, just let the wave wash over you, and as it recedes, take it away. Imagine that in your mind. Feel that in your mind. However, if the lesson is relevant, if that lesson that has been given to you still resonates in your life right now, I encourage you to hold on to it. And as the water comes and the wave washes over you, maybe allow it to know your gratitude at that lesson and how it served you in this season of your life. Let the water just wash over you and refine that lesson, that grateful heart. So instead of giving back the lesson, you're giving back gratitude. You're getting refinement, maybe new insight. Continue to stay here and just imagine that wave, that water, just washing towards you and away. refining, improving, purifying or healing, hydrating. Start to come back into awareness of the movements of the body, the waters or liquids of the body moving around you, the blood traveling through your arteries and veins. Maybe the gurgle of the juices of the belly. Maybe noticing just the waters of the mind and the thoughts as they float around. Not attaching, just becoming aware once again of what's happening in your inner physiology. Noticing how the inhales and the exhales create movement. How the nervous system is messaging you, telling you, maybe my toes are cold. Maybe my fingers need movement. And if the message is you need some movement, I invite you to start to maybe wiggle those fingers and toes. Bringing awareness back into the body, away from physiological movement, but more into intentional movement of muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons. Maybe you let the feet kind of rotate from side to side. Maybe you spread out the fingers wide and then bunch them all together in a fist and release them again. Perhaps the head just rolls from side to side, or maybe some slight circling with the neck. That feels good for you. Maybe you rotate the shoulders a little bit in one direction and then the other. If you're laying down, maybe you start to bend the knees, bringing the feet to the mat. Maybe you hug the knees into the chest if that feels good. Or if you're sitting, maybe you just start to rotate from side to side in just small twists. Wherever you are just allow yourself a few more movements, a few more moments before you start to slowly open the eyes. Letting the gaze come back to this space, come back to this place. Maybe you notice the things around you in whatever room, whatever place you are. Maybe you notice the sounds of familiarity. Maybe you see something that reminds you of home, whether you're physically home or in a place that reminds you of home. Find an anchor in that. Maybe you smell something that reminds you of calm, peacefulness, familiarity. And just allow yourself a few more moments to orient back to the present moment, to the things around you, coming from a very internal, personal experience back to a more integrated and aware external experience. Take your hands over heart and just take one more moment of gratitude, of peace. Thanking yourself for taking this time to be quiet within yourself, as quiet as we can be, to meditate, to bring yourself into physical stillness, even though now we know maybe physical stillness is not what we expected. To end practice, I will ring these bells 3 times. Thank you so much for coming to this moment, to this place of meditation today. I hoped to see you in practice or in meditation again very soon. Namaste.